It is Sunday, November 9th, 2025, and I have finished up to season 11, I want to say episode 19 of Grey's Anatomy. So at the end of the episode where I was just crying and bawling and all of that because of Jackson and April, Amelia's in the chapel and she's happy because everybody lit candles. Like, this isn't necessarily the most like God-fearing group. So the fact that when this was happening they all went in there, it must have really really touched her heart. And then when Owen was in there, she just said my baby lived for 43 minutes, something like that. So I'm assuming that it's like a similar situation where she ended up like giving birth to a child who would not have lived past the hour, and she had to hold him while he passed, that kind of thing. And honestly, I haven't seen Private Practice. I actually don't know where to stream Private Practice. I'm watching Grey's Anatomy on Netflix. Amelia Shepherd has never done anything wrong in her life. Like, she's perfect. She's genuinely perfect. I'm so invested in her as a character. Which is why I am terrified for her, because she has just started sleeping with Owen. And to make matters worse, when Meredith found out about it and was like, what the fuck? Amelia was like, I need you to stay out of my business. Like, Meredith, I don't even think had a chance to warn her, like, hey, like, my bestie was married to him and he cheated on her, and he just diminished her in every possible way. Please, please, please be careful. Amelia didn't hear it, so I'm terrified for her. Because there's this moment in the beginning of their relationship where Owen's mom lands in the hospital. She falls in the shower and her 35-year-old boyfriend is there. And Owen freaks the fuck out about that, which is understandable, I guess. 35 is younger than him. And Amelia is like, hey, like, she does seem like kind of happy because Amelia's involved in the case, even though like his mom doesn't know that that's like the girl that he's sleeping with or whatever. And Owen just snaps at her. And Amelia is just like, okay, cool. And she walks away. She also kind of dumped him because she was like, this is like too personal. Like, the personal and the professional shouldn't mix. I don't want to do this with you anymore. But I'm still quite scared for her. Like he's going to pull her right back in. The fact that like as self-assured and as not as completely man uncentered Christina Yang was, he always reeled her back in. So I'm terrified for Amelia. I can also kind of infer that Owen is probably going to become a stage 5 clinger to Amelia, because at the beginning of the season, April, like pre horrible thing, is like, Jackson, I need you to like be friends with Owen. Like, he's dealing with a lot. He's missing Christina. Like, he's alone in the world or whatever. And it kind of seems like Owen has kind of glommed onto the first autism coded, career oriented girly that happened across his path that showed him an ounce of interest. Checking in with Jackson and April. April was gone for a little bit, obviously, like she had gone on leave or whatever, but she's back now. And it seems like they're okay. They had a little thing where like Jackson was kind of like treating her very fragilely, and April's like, don't treat me fragilely. And Jackson's like, you think I don't want to like sleep with my wife? Of course I want to sleep with my wife. And April's like, I'm literally propositioning you. And then they bang in the car, and like they're doing well. We love this for them. Callie and Arizona, I don't think, have tried to like move forward legally with their divorce yet. They seem to be like co-parenting nicely. They're just broken up at the time. But Callie goes on a date with like this girl with like a short haircut, and Arizona sees them kiss and she looks like really upset about it. And Callie like confronts her about it, and she's like, hey, like, we don't have the right to be jealous about like people dating or whatever. And she gets like kind of snippy with her, and Arizona like eventually was able to pull Callie aside, and she's just like, I'm not upset that you're dating. I'm upset that it's that girl. That girl is an ex of mine. She's terrifying. I need you to not do this. So it kind of seems like they're on track to becoming friends at least, but I don't want them to get back together. They're a mess. But speaking of Arizona, she has been training basically all season with this doctor, Dr. Herman. She is like a fetal surgeon. She does like these crazy fetal surgeries. And she's being like really mean to Arizona at the beginning. And eventually it's revealed that she's pushing her that hard because she's one of like 6 people in this profession, and they kind of make it up as they go along. And she's also dying of a brain tumor, so she needs to pass on this information very very quickly to someone who's able to learn it very very quickly. So she handpicked Arizona to kind of inherit the kingdom of fetal surgery, so to speak. But she's being very cagey about like her actual diagnosis, and Arizona's like, I need to know these things. I need to know like how much, realistically, how much time I have, because this, like, as much as like you have faith in me, like I still need to actually learn this shit. And she's like, I'm not giving you any of this information. So Arizona breaks a bunch of rules. She ends up getting her hands on her brain scans, and she passes them on to Amelia. And Amelia, she looks at all these scans and then she's just like, Arizona, I know like you got these under like less than okay circumstances, and I know like your boss is going to be really unhappy with you, but I need you to get her in here because I can save her life. And Dr. Herman's like, this is a huge betrayal of my trust, which it is, but Amelia essentially goes like, I get that, I understand that, but all of your doctors said that this was inoperable and you're gonna die. But I think I can get this for you, and I think that we can beat it. Amelia has this whole presentation about like how she's going to get it done, because at this point, Dr. Herman's cancer has been leaked like to the whole hospital because of like Amelia's operation and like how it's going to be like this incredibly groundbreaking thing. And she's like, this is how I'm going to get it. This is going to be a lot, but we're going to get it done. She recruits Stephanie into the procedure and she faints 13 hours into the 18-hour surgery, which is incredible considering that there's rules in the hospital now where like residents can't be in surgery for that long. So Stephanie was like probably the first to do it in a really long time, and she made it really, really far. Because of that, when she comes to, she runs back in. Amelia's just like, you can close up. Like, you started this shit with me. You're going to finish it with me. I love this duo together. Stephanie's in like a little bit of trouble because she spent so much time on neuro that she has to like do all her other specialties and shit. Like she's getting mad because Joe is like pulling a bug out of a girl's nose, and she's just like, that was like a bunch of uninterrupted hours of trauma. I needed that. Like, what is wrong with you? Anyway, they do the surgery. They get the whole tumor, this whole completely inoperable tumor. But Dr. Herman goes blind, which means that she really can't help Arizona with the surgeries anymore, which is good because they had this whole curriculum to get through all these different surgeries, and Arizona gets through them all. And so she has the information. She just needs to like put it into practice. She's a fetal surgeon now, that kind of thing. So Stephanie feels terrible and she's crying about it. And Amelia's like, no, like, we're not crying about this. The tumor took her sight, and we took revenge upon it by killing it and leaving its body in the dust. We are amazing that we were able to do that. Like, this is probably like the best result we could have possibly had. Like, we saved that woman's life and all she lost was her sight. That's incredible. And I will say, as an Izzy Stevens girly, I have missed her dearly. But I'm glad that we have a new unhinged girly to love. Long live Amelia Shepherd. Now to return to the shitty Shepherd, he is back from DC. And the thing that I got spoiled for, Derek dying, it has to be happening now because he was supposed to go to DC to kind of like debrief everybody, and he never made his flight, which means that he's dead in a ditch somewhere. It sucks that I know he's gonna die, but because I know he's gonna die, like, this is when it's happening. I've mentally prepared myself, and I don't have to mentally prepare myself that much because I fucking hate him. He sucks. But I am exceedingly proud of Meredith because Meredith basically did this thing where like this whole time that Derek has been gone, she has not lost a patient. She was like on an 89 patient streak. And then when Derek comes back, the day he comes back, that's when she loses her first patient since like November, which is crazy. She's upset because it looks like Derek cheated, and he did cheat. He kissed one of the fellows in Washington, which, ugh, he's awful. I hate him. But he does immediately get on a flight after that kiss and come back, and he's just like, I want this life with you. I don't want to be doing this brain mapping thing with the president anymore. So that's why he's quitting, and that's why he's dead in a ditch somewhere. But Meredith doesn't do her pick me, choose me, love me shit. When Derek's like, I need you, I can't live without you, I want this to work, she's just like, I can live without you, and I don't need you. But I don't want to live without you, and I want this life with you. And that was, oh, we love that for you, Meredith. Be the sun. Like, Christina had this thing where at the end of her tenure on the show, like one of her last scenes, like she's dancing with Meredith or whatever, and she's just like, don't let Derek like make you think that he's the sun. He's not the sun. You are. And for the first time in like over a decade of television, which is for me like about a year, like a little less than a year of television, but over a decade of television for the world, Meredith seems to have learned that lesson, and I'm so proud of her. There's legit a lot of other shit to cover, but I'm running out of time, and Derek is gonna die soon, or he's already dead, because he never made his flight, and because I got this spoiler, I know he's gonna die, so I gotta watch that. We gotta get there.